like to let you know about a special discount night for Little Princess that's going to be happening on September 1st. That's this Tuesday. It'll be at 7:30 like our other shows, but admission will be only $3. Reservations are recommended, and you can find information for that on the back of your programs. For tonight, enjoy the show.
It's a busy sort of city, lots of business going on, and you're here to be a cog. Forget your brain, you're only fraud. Keep your head and keep your place. Keep up with the city's pace.
It's a strange sort of city, keeps on turning day to year. Hope you're granted of tomorrow, hope you'll want it when it's here. It's a funny sort of city, full of tangled webs we weave, and you're stuck inside the city, even if you want to leave. Still we keep our own rules turning as we try to face each day. Now and then you'll have good moments, so they never seem to stay.
It's a funny sort of city for a child's eyes to see. Though I like it bits and pieces, it don't get too much for me. Keep your head and keep your face. Work hard and it's a funny sort of city. It's a funny sort of city.
It's a funny sort of place.
Papa?
Yes? Such a solemn expression upon your face. What is my little Sarah thinking of?
Is this the place?
Yes, my dear. Yes, we have reached it at last.
I wish you could stay.
Oh, darling, so do I. Well, little soldier, are you ready?
Welcome. You must be Captain Crew. And this must be little Sarah. What a beautiful, delightful child.
She is, thank you.
Please come in. I'm sure she'll be very happy here. Our seminary is regarded as one of the finest and best in this city, though of course you already knew that. Come, I'll show you the school. Or would Miss Sarah prefer to see her rooms first? We received your letter some weeks ago and they've been fitted up just as you requested, quite in style. Miss Sarah has the suite of a little princess.
Her rooms, I think. But she will have to go alone. I haven't much time. My ship departs in half an hour.
I see. I'll let you say your goodbyes then.
Thank you. Come, sit. I have something for you. Look inside this.
beautiful.
She is to be your friend while I am at war. She will be a good friend, I think.
She looks as though she's listening. So many dolls don't seem to hear, but I think she does. See her face? It's like she's almost alive.
Yes, that's why I chose her. I thought you might like someone to talk to. The way that you talk to me. You can tell her everything.
I will. She's not quite as good as you, but I suppose we all must make sacrifices for our country.
What will you name her?
Emily, I think. She looks like an Emily.
Yes, she does. Well, I know I needn't tell you to be good. You never want anything but what is best for you. And just look at this wonderful school. And think of all the new friends that you'll make here. I'll write you every day. How you are staring at me. Are you trying to learn me by heart, dear Sarah?
No, I already know you by heart.
The clock is ticking on. Our time is winding down. I have to board a ship and sail away. The future is unclear. The present slipping past. I always hoped we'd never reach this day. There are so many things I meant to teach you and to show you by example as the years roll by. But now tomorrow is uncertain. I'm not sure what to say, but listen and I'll try. These are the things I'm passing to you. I know them to be absolutely, positively true. Very first of all, know that people are very good and kind, down at heart. They may seem rough or shy, but keep trusting and you'll find what you look for. The second thing to know is that life is hard. You'll go through painful times, that's for sure. But it will be alright, because something will always come to keep away the very worst. And remember too, that no matter what, you always get to choose how you see. There's silver in the clouds and gold in fire. Choose to be happy, and that is what you'll be. The most important thing you already know. You are everything I hoped you'd be. Sarah, you're my sun, you're my moon, my stars. You're what I live for, what I fight for. You are absolutely everything to me. These are the things I always meant to teach you and to show you by example as the years roll by. But now tomorrow is uncertain and it's time to say goodbye. Thank you, Miss Minchin. I'll be off. Take good care of my little girl.
Oh, I can assure you, Captain, she will be well looked after. She's a delightful child, and I'm sure she'll be at home in no time.
I'm sure she will. Goodbye, Sarah.
Aww.
Miss Sarah, your rooms. Where have you been? You're supposed to be reading the younger girls their lessons.
Oh, 100 pardons, sister. But I've been helping the new pupil put her things away. I've never seen anything like them before. Sable and ermine on her coats, and real Valencian lace. You've seen some of her clothes. What do you think about them?
I think that they're perfectly ridiculous. But they will look well at the head of the line when we take the children to church on Sundays. Where is she?
Oh, she's coming.
Good. Now get to your lesson.
Oh, right.
Did you hear that?
What?
Miss Minchin talking about that new girl. Said her clothes are ridiculous for a child that age. I saw some of them yesterday. Her maid was carrying some petticoats and they were just covered in lace. My mama says that a child should be dressed simply.
Look! Silk stockings! And I've never seen such tiny feet.
It's just the way her slippers are made, and her eyes are a strange color. She's not even pretty.
No, not like most people are pretty, but there's something nice about her face.
Oh, don't be absurd. You don't know what you're talking about.
Young ladies, this is Miss Sarah Crew, your new companion. I hope that you will all be very generous to her and make her feel welcome here. She's come a great distance to be with us, all the way from India. Young ladies, please. You may make her acquaintance after lessons are over. Sarah, this is Monsieur Deforge. He is our French instructor here. As your father has engaged a French maid for you, I have concluded he wishes you to make a special study of the language.
I think he got her because he thought I would like her, Miss Minchin.
Because you have a very indulgent father, I suppose you always think things are done because you would like them. However, it was my impression that he wishes you to learn French.
Well, I've never actually studied French.
Well, if you don't know French, there is no time to wait.
Miss Minchin,
Please, Sarah, you must not argue with your elders. Monsieur?
Madame, so this is my new pupil.
Yes, her father is Captain Crew, a distinguished member of the military. I believe I told you about him.
Ah, oui, I recall you said something about diamond mines.
Yes, well, he is very anxious that she begin the study of French. She, however, has a childish prejudice against the idea. She does not seem to wish to learn.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, mademoiselle. Perhaps once we begin to study, I can show you it is a charming tongue.
Monsieur Defarge, je pense qu'il est mal entendu. Le français ne m'a jamais enseigné. Mais mon papa me l'a parlé toujours. Ma mère était française.
Oh, madame says it like a teacher. She has not learned French, she is French. Oh, such an exquisite accent.
Sarah, you should have told me.
I tried. I suppose I did not begin right.
Young ladies, please. Ermengarde, sit up straight and take that ribbon out of your mouth. The rest of you back to your lessons. Sarah, I want you to take this book and go read quietly at your desk.
What is your name?
Ladies, your lesson, s'il vous plaît.
I can only speak French because I've heard it all my life. You could too if you'd always heard it.
Oh no, I could never speak French. The words are so strange. You are clever, aren't you?
I don't know. I can't tell. Here, you haven't met Emily.
Who's Emily?
This is Emily. Emily, this is Ermengarde St. John. Would you like to hold her?
May I really? She's beautiful.
I talked to her. I like to imagine she can come to life when we're not watching. I believe dolls do all sorts of things when we aren't around to see.
Do they?
I pretend they do, but they can walk and talk and then jump back into their places when they hear us coming.
Wow.
I have another stories about it too.
You actually make them up? You can make up stories as well as speak French?
Of course. Anyone can make up stories. Have you never tried?
No, never.
How strange. It's easy. You see.
Morning, Charlotte Lay! Good heavens, Amelia, what's wrong with the child?
Someone make that brat stop.
Calm down, Pat. I know you. Mom, if you don't stop this at once, you'll go to bed without supper. Oh, please calm down. I know you haven't to Mama. It's all right. Calm down, Pat.
Lottie, stop this at once!
Lottie, be quiet. No one wants to listen to you. You're such a baby.
What is it you want? As you can see, I'm a little busy at the moment.
May I try
What?
to calm her down? May I try?
Well, if you think you can do anything.
If you'll tiptoe away, I'll stay with her. I haven't got a mama. Neither have I. Where is she? In heaven. But I'm sure she comes down sometimes to see me, though I don't see her. So does yours. Perhaps they can both see us now. There are fields and fields of flowers in heaven, fields and fields of lilies, and when the soft wind blows over them, the perfume goes into the air. Lilies? Yes, and children, like you and like me, run about in the lily fields, gathering armfuls of them. And the streets are shining, and people are never tired, however far they walk. They don't even have to walk. They can float anywhere they like. And there are walls made of pearl and gold all around the city. They are low enough for the people to go lean on them and look down onto the earth and smile and send beautiful messages. I want to go there. I haven't any mama in this school. I will be your mama. And Emily can be your sister. Who's Emily? Come see.
Silly girls, making up fairy stories about heaven.
There are much more splendid stories in Revelation, but I can tell you, you'll never find out if they're true or not if you want to be kinder to people. Come on, honey, come see with Ermengarde with me. I thought it was a lovely story. Me too.
Sarah said she makes up all kinds of stories. Don't you, Sarah?
Well, yes, I like to pretend things.
But how do you do it? How do you know what to pretend?
I don't know. It's easy. Sometimes I like to pretend captured the castle and free all the prisoners and crowned and were happy again.
Oh, Sarah, I wish I could imagine things like you do.
You can. It's easy.
I don't know.
Everyone pretend. Close your eyes for me. Dreams are always with you. Tell me what you see.
I just can't.
Try.
I can. I see a pirate ship cutting through oceans. I stand on the deck with my dagger raised high. For I am the captain of this sturdy vessel, the queen of both sea and of sky.
A girl can't be captured.
And why not? Everyone pretend. Come along with me. Come on, shut your eyes. Tell us what you see. I am a dancer, a flying ballerina. I float across the stage and I leap for the floor. The audience rises as one. They are clapping. They love me so much they want more. I am a mama surrounded by children. They sit by my side as I read them a book. I cuddle them close as I see their sweet faces. They daydream with faraway look. Good. I am a traveler exploring the world. I am a mermaid who lives in the sea. I am the queen and I'm dripping with emeralds. You can be anything you want to be. Everyone pretends, tell them merrily. All you have to do is close your eyes and believe.
That girl has been listening!
I know. Why shouldn't she listen?
I don't know about you, but I'm quite sure my mama wouldn't let me telling stories to servant girls.
Wait, come back. And with that, the pirate king drew his sword from its sheath. Revenge is mine, he tried, and brought the blade down upon Antony. But then, from the mouth of the cave came her voice, clear and soft, like music. Spare him, it said. The pirate turned, and who did he see but Marianne? She had returned to save her handsome sailor, and the pirate king was so struck by her beauty that he lowered his sword.
Excuse me, Sarah. Sorry to bother you, but a letter's arrived.
Oh, thank you. It's from my papa. I'll finish the story later. Mom, it's all right, Ted. You can help me till the next part. But right now I want to read this. Is it good news? It's not bad. He's all right. I know he wouldn't tell me if he wasn't, but I believe he really is doing well. He's safe at least. That's good. Yes.
your patience for a while. Give me time and I'll return to change your frown into a smile. A letter in my hand. Please say she pens it twice. And Papa, I love you. Inhale a taste of paradise. A letter in my hand. A reason to march on. A promise to return someday. A reason to be strong. Sarah, if you only knew the strength your letters bring to me. Sarah, in your words I hear all I ever need to be. The sea, I read her words and know that there my Sarah waits at home for me.
Are you all right, Sarah? Have you a pain? Yes, but it's not in my body. Ermengarde, do you love your father more than anything in the whole world? I don't know. He's always in the library, reading. He doesn't talk to me very much. That's too bad. Well, you see, I love mine more than anything in this world 10 times over. And he's at war when I'm not with him, so I'm always thinking about him. I'm sorry. Me too. But it will be all right. It always is, he says. He says I have to be brave. I'm his little soldier. He has much worse things to worry about than I have. So if he can be strong when we're apart, then so can I. And if I keep acting like everything's fine, and keep telling you all stories, it's easier to bear. That's good. We like to hear them. I'm glad. Why doesn't your father talk to you often? He thinks I'm stupid. Why? I don't learn things very quickly. You've seen me in my lessons. I never know the answers. But that doesn't make you stupid. Maybe you just need to learn things a better way. The way I learn French. Come on, I'll help you practice. It will be fun. I'll tell you stories in French, and I'll use words to be sure to understand. All right. Come on.
Young ladies, this is not an ordinary occasion. Miss Sarah's birthday is different from other little girls' birthdays. One day she will be the heiress to a large fortune, which will be her duty to spend in a meritorious manner. When her dear father brought her and left her into my care, he said to me, in a jesting way, "I assure you, Miss Minchin, one day she will be very rich." I said, "Captain, her education in this seminary will be such as will adorn the largest fortune." Sarah has become my most accomplished pupil. Her dancing and her French are a credit to the seminary. I hope you appreciate the generosity she displays by giving you all this party. I wish you all to express your gratitude by saying thank you, Sarah, all together.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you all for coming to my party.
Very nice, Sarah. Lavinia, If you are jealous of your fellow pupil, I pray that you will express your feelings in a more ladylike manner. And now it is time for presents. Becky, what are you doing here?
I come in to bring the presents, Mum.
Yes, well, you've brought them. Now you may go.
Mushy, please, may Becky stay? I know she would like to see the presents. She's a little girl too, you know.
My dear Sarah, Becky is a scullery maid, and scullery maids are not little girls.
Please, Miss Minchin.
Well, if you wish it so much, Rebecca, thank Miss Sarah for her kindness.
Oh, thank you, Miss. I did so want to see the presents. And thank you, ma'am.
Yes, well, take care that you don't disturb the young ladies. Now I will leave you all to enjoy the party. Amelia will supervise the festivities.
I know what this is. It's full of books. That's dreadful. I'm sorry. Don't be. I asked for them. And this must be the doll. I'm almost too old for dolls, you know. So Papa's giving me this one. She's the last doll. She's so grand. Suppose she could understand us and was happy to be so admired. I would be.
You're always supposing things.
I like to. It's like being a fairy. You dream anything and it's almost like it's real.
I imagine it's easy for a girl who has everything. But could you do it if you were poor and had to live in a garret?
I believe I could. If one was a beggar, one would have to suppose of the times. But it might be easy. I've got this one for you, Mama Sarah.
Hello.
Good day, madam. My name is Mr. Barrow, Captain Crew's solicitor.
Oh, yes, we were just celebrating little Miss Sarah's birthday.
Ah, yes. May I have a word with you somewhere private?
Why, yes, of course. Come in. Young ladies, there is cake in the dining room. I suggest you all go get it at once. Please be seated.
£100. All expensive material, that. He spent money lavishly enough, that young man. Ah, it's a pity.
Excuse me.
You best be seated, madam. Captain Crew is dead.
Dead?
His name came out on the list this morning. The government has seized control of all his assets. Some of his legal deeds have been called into question. There's not a penny left.
Not a...
Penny, madam.
Why, this is dreadful. What of the child?
She has no one in the world but you.
Oh, there must be relations.
No,
Surely there's...
none.
What? You don't mean to tell me that she's been left a pauper on my hands?
That's exactly what I mean to say. She has no one in the world but you. Since she's at your school, you are now her legal guardian.
This is terrible.
I'd say.
Monstrous. She's in my dining room right now, throwing a party at my expense. There must at least be enough for me to be reimbursed for this ridiculous charade.
No, ma'am. He died without paying our last bill, in fact. It is regrettable.
Why, I've been robbed and cheated. I'll have her thrown into the street.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, madam. Why, it wouldn't look well. A pupil tossed out, penniless, and without friends? Not a story to inspire trust in the parents of your remaining students here at the school. I'd keep her if I were you. Make some use of her. She's a clever child, I believe.
Oh, yes, very clever.
Then you could get a good deal out of her as she grows older.
Mr. Barrow, I intend to get a good deal out of her before she grows older.
Madam, I suppose that is your right. Good day.
Good day. Amelia! Amelia!
What on earth is going on?
Where is Sarah Crew?
She's eating cake with the other children, of course.
Has she a black dress in her sumptuous wardrobe?
No. Well, yes, an old black velvet, but it's too short for her.
Tell her to go put it on, whether it's too short for her or not.
But what on earth has happened?
Captain Crew is dead, and he's left her destitute.
Oh, sister.
Go! What were you doing there? You were eavesdropping.
No, Mum, but I couldn't help overhearing. I know I oughtn't to say it, but I feel so sorry for poor Miss Sarah.
That is quite enough.
Yes, Mum. Oh, but Miss Sarah, she was such a pretty young lady. And now that she's poor, she'll have no maid. Oh, would you let me wait on her till my pots and kettles? I'll do 'em real quick. Oh, Miss Sarah, whom everyone calls a princess.
Princess Sarah will not be waited on anymore. She is going to wait on others now. Leave this room at once before you lose your place.
Miss Minchin?
Sarah, please have a seat. I received a visit from your father's solicitor. He came bearing some rather unpleasant news. I'm going to tell you now, but I will not have you crying or carrying on. Is that understood?
Yes, Miss Minchin.
Sarah, I'm afraid that... Sarah, your father is dead. He has left you with nothing, and he has left you in my care. Are you listening to me?
Yes,
Well, don't you understand what I've told you?
yes. My papa is dead.
Yes, and he's left you no money.
I am quite poor.
You're a beggar. And that doll.
The last doll.
Yes, the last doll. And I paid the bill for it.
Take her. Please take her. I don't want her.
Don't put on grand airs. The time for that is past. You're not a princess anymore. You're like Becky, and you will work for your living.
Oh, may I? May I work? It will not matter so much then. What can I do?
Anything you're told. You're to assist the cook, run errands, help the younger girls with their lessons, clean the school, and everything else I tell you to do. Now come with me. I'm going to show you your new room. It's next to Becky's in the attic. The last doll indeed.
What is it?
Here's some bread. Take it quick. Don't go down to the kitchen. Cook's in one of her moods.
Thank you. Watch out for Miss Minchin. She's in one too.
Minchin's always in one of her moods.
True.
I better run, miss. Footsteps.
Never thought I'd see someone come into that place. And it's been on the market for so long.
You scared me. What's going on? Not the house next door.
That's the one. There's a man moving in right now.
And Hannah says he's from India.
India?
Sure thing. What? You think you know him?
No, I don't suppose so.
Anyways, I've never seen such carpets and statues too. All sorts of heathen gods and terrible monsters.
Does he worship some statues, miss? No, my father had statues, but he didn't worship them. He just kept them because they were nice to look at. I wish I could see the ones next door.
Anyways, he's really not Indian. He's from around these parts. Only he was in India for some 10 odd years. Came back to help with the war effort. I spoke to one of his grooms, and he says the master's real nice. A bit odd, but real generous to his staff.
The attic window of that house faces mine, you know. It would be nice to see face across the way.
Oh, wouldn't it though? Anyways, come along, Hannah. The missus and the students will be along any minute, and I don't want to be caught by her.
You best hurry up too, Becky.
Sure thing. I'll see you later, miss. Bye. Oh, hello. Hello. How are you? I don't know. How are you? I'm quite well. Are you very unhappy? Well, what do you think? Do you think I'm very happy?
Sarah, what have I told you about talking to the students?
I spoke to her first, Miss Fincher. I came in early to ask her a question about French.
Well, Sarah has a great deal of work to do. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave her alone when she's not helping with your class. If you have a question, you may come to me. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss Fincher.
Sarah, haven't I told you not to socialize with the girls? Well,
Yes, you have.
then if you want to continue living here, I expect you to abide by my rules.
I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect.
This room looks adequate. The students will be here any minute. Take that disgusting apron off.
Yes, Miss Minchin.
What's wrong with you?
I'm miserable. No one need to interfere.
Ladies, go to your groups.
Claudia, sit down, please. But Mama, I'm busy with days and days and days and days and days. I've been busy. Everyone get out your books and turn to page 34. What have you been busy doing? Well, from now on, I'll be helping you all with your French lessons. Is everyone there? Oh, where's your book, Greta? I can't find it. Can you share with Diana? Fine. Now, who can read number 2? I can. Go ahead.
One thing. Me?
Good. Now, who can tell me what it means? Without looking at the translation. Does anyone know any of the words? Leaf means bed. Good. What have you been busy doing? I've already told you. I'll be helping you with your French lesson. Now, look at your lesson. But Mama... I'm not your mama anymore. I'm very poor. You don't want a poor mama, do you? I don't care if you're poor. And where do you live? What does the sentence say? I don't know. I'm not telling you where I live until you tell me what the sentence says. The nurse is making the bed. Good. I live upstairs, next to Becky. Now, who can read the next one?
Look at her. Once Princess Sarah, now I'm your tutor in the palace.
Oh, stop it. I feel sorry for her.
You would.
Leave her alone. If you were left without any money, you wouldn't even be able to support yourself teaching French.
You're not really trying to criticize my French, are you? You can't even speak it. You should be in Sarah's class with the infant.
Labby, stop it. You can't still be jealous of her.
I'm not jealous of anybody, least of all a pauper.
Ladies, class is dismissed. Go wash up for supper.
I think I'll visit you, right? You'd better not, Pet. Miss Minchin wouldn't like it. But go wash up for supper. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sarah,
Yes.
why don't you like me anymore?
What are you talking about?
I've
Well, it looks like the money's going to help out, but I don't like seeing all these beds full. Medicine is advancing, but not fast enough.
Indeed, sir. Still, your contributions have helped enormously. I spoke with the orderly while you were with Mr. Dodge, and he said that they are all grateful.
I don't want their gratitude, I want results. Still, it is cheering to see them getting such good care, isn't it?
Indeed, sir.
You're looking well. Davis, isn't it?
Yes, sir, thank you.
You got the book I said?
I did, it's wonderful.
I thought you'd like it. Davis, you keep getting better.
Yes, sir.
Here, he's new. Doesn't look very good, does he?
No, sir. But who knows what tomorrow will bring?
Indeed. Nurse,
Yes, Mr. Kjerstin?
who is this fellow?
We're not certain. He just arrived the day before yesterday.
What's wrong with him? Why is he here?
We're not certain about that either. It seems he has some sort of brain fever. He doesn't remember who he is or even anything about himself.
Interesting. Thank you. Ramdas,
Yes, Sahib.
did you find that interesting?
What's that?
That man. No history, no recollection.
And?
Doesn't that interest you?
I am, of course, concerned for the well-being of all of the men here.
Not all of them. Yes, of course, all of them. But this man in particular. I've an interest in this man. He's half gone, but all the same. I've an interest in this soldier. Wonder what could be his name. I've an interest in his cause. He has such a thoughtful face, and his eyes are far and wandering, but to what exotic place? I admit I like the mystery of a troubled, hazy man, and I'd like to learn his history, but I wonder if I can. I've an interest in this man. He's half gone, but all the same. I've an interest in this soldier. Wonder what could be his name.
Sahib, what are you thinking? I know that look in your eye. It makes me afraid.
I'm taking him home.
But he is sick.
In his head. Body looks all right, doesn't it? Nurse. Nurse Lydia.
Yes?
We need an opinion.
Yes?
This man here,
Yes.
you just said he has some sort of brain fever.
More or less.
So how likely is he to recover?
That's difficult to say. These cases are so different.
Could he be removed?
He was just transferred from the hospital further south, so I suppose he could be moved. You'd have to talk to the doctor, of course, but between you and me, I think we can use the bed.
We'd be doing a service to humanity.
But Sahib!
Don't sahib me.
promise. Oh, all right. Walk softly.
Sarah, this is miserable.
I know, isn't it? But it's home.
I brought you something.
Oh, Ermengarde, you are the most wonderful person to ever walk the face of the earth. Thank you.
I didn't know you'd be so happy about it. It's stale.
It doesn't matter.
Are you really that hungry?
I'm always hungry. Still, no use complaining about it. I can still pretend, can't I?
Can you?
I told you 100 times, yes. You can pretend anything if you practice enough. This cake, for example, is an entire banquet, and it's going to keep me happy for a week. In fact, Shh!
What?
I hear something.
I'd better go. Can I come back up sometimes?
Only if you're very, very careful.
I will be, and I'll bring you things.
Thanks. Oh my goodness! Who are you? You belong to that Indian gentleman next door, don't you? Or the last one, perhaps. I saw you through the window the other day on my way to the market. I think he likes you. I think he'd be terribly sad if you didn't go back. Come here. Come on. Oh, you silly thing. Come on, I can't keep you in here. Is he yours?
The monkey, he's over there.
Yes. I'm afraid he won't come to me.
No, probably not. He leaps from one place to another like lightning, as though the buildings here are some sort of strange tree invented for the games of naughty monkeys. He is quite disobedient. He sometimes obeys myself. I had come across the roofs hoping to catch him, but he got away. I could come in and get him, but I wouldn't wish to take the liberty. Perhaps Mrs. Sahib would not wish it.
By all means, come at once. I think he's frightened.
I thank you greatly for your indulgence. This little one is in fact not quite as evil as he appears. The master is fond of him.
I would imagine so. He's a funny little thing. I used to see them all over the treetops outside our house, but they weren't pets.
Your house?
I came here from India.
Well, this is a strange place after India, is it not? It's much darker.
That's why I like it up here. The window is high enough that I can see the sun.
I often come up for that same reason.
Yes, I've seen you.
I had best get this little one home. His master will be worried. Many thanks again to you, Mrs. Sahib.
Goodbye. Mama! Lottie? Lottie, what are you doing here?
I saw her in car come up, but you wouldn't tell me where she was going. So I waited until she came down and figured it out myself.
Well, it's certainly a day for visitors. Lottie, dear, I'm very glad to see you, but you must not come up here.
Ermengarde did.
Ermengarde wasn't supposed to. Go back downstairs. She's missed you. She told me so last night. And the room's not awful at all. But you have to use your imagination a little. It's really lovely if you know how to look. It is? Yes. Yes. Look here at the window, see curtains of lace. Lace? Yes, lace. Get that frown off your face. It's lace straight from Paris, from Madame Babette. But that isn't all. I'm the happiest yet. Look here at this bedspread, velvet and warm. That's warm. Yes, it's warm. I'm so fired. But there's no fire. Yes, there is. There's not even a fireplace. It's not really there. You have to imagine it. Put your hands out. Can't you feel it? And this is real china, painted flowers, and this little cuckoo clock chirps at the hours. This carpet is new, and the colors are bright. And see this big window. The moon peeks through at night. You see, it's quite lovely. The loveliest at school. I'm well taken care of. I'm warm and thankful. Life's never been better. I'm perfectly glad that this is all mine. I'm glad too. Good. Now please go back downstairs before Miss Minchin notices you're gone. I can come back up, right? You'd better not. Miss Minchin won't like it. But I'll see you at French class. Go on. I love you, Mama. I love you too, Lottie.
She was just sitting there, all alone, sewing her socks. But with the look on her face that you don't often see on the faces of servant girls. Nor was her voice the accent of the uneducated drudges who are the wheels and cogs of the city. She was gentle.
Is this the little maid that crosses our window on the way to market, the one with the light hair?
Yes, Sahib. Perhaps you've noticed that she walks differently from the other girls. Now I've also heard that she speaks differently as well. She is quite the mystery.
Ah, friend. Glad to see you up and about. Here, have a seat.
Thank you.
Brandy.
Water, sir, would perhaps be better.
Try to suck all the fun out of life, don't you? Perhaps we'll get you some water and you can pretend it's something more interesting.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I suppose that's a matter of opinion. Anyway, how are you feeling, my fine fellow? You're looking much better.
I am, thank you. And thank you, sir. Your attentions over the past few days have been very helpful.
I do what I can, Sahib.
You say that often. Sahib, what does it mean?
It is like your sir. It is a form of address.
From India?
Yes, from India.
Have you ever been there?
To India?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Well, where are you from?
I can't recall. I don't know.
It's all right. Don't stretch yourself. The nurse said your mind might wander for a while. You know your name? You did it at the hospital.
Well, not for certain, but I think it is Ralph.
No surname?
I don't know what it is.
Oh well, no matter. Moving on, I have a project in mind that might take your mind off your troubles, Ralph. Are you up for a little adventure?
I really don't think that would be a wise idea in my condition, sir.
No, not that kind of trouble. It's a quieter kind I'm thinking of. But I aim to enjoy it just the same. Ramdas here was just telling me about this little girl who lives in the attic next door. She's a scullery maid. What is she?
She is a maid of all things, the drudge of the drudges, made to do everything that no one else wishes to do. I often hear the cook scolding her when the window is open, and she is sent to town on the days when no one should be out.
Poor child.
A poor child indeed. I don't like seeing poor children. I can't help everybody in this city, but I do aim to help her. Listen.
It's a brilliant idea, sir. But do you really think it could be managed?
Ramdas is light on his feet.
It's very clever indeed. But why this child, if I may ask? There are thousands in want in the city.
She rescued my monkey. My monkey, you know, out here, ran out of our attic window and over into hers. She invited Ramdas in to fetch the little monster, and he spoke with her for a little while. She doesn't speak like a servant girl. She doesn't act like one either. She's obviously fallen from good circumstances. She's making the best of it, and I admire that.
Aww.
Well, she sets a good example for me, I suppose.
I suppose she does. All the reason to lighten her load a little. I'm going to go talk to Cook about it. Care to join me, Ralph?
No, I think I'll just sit here for a while.
I don't know. Ramdas, keep him company, will you?
Of course, Sahib.
Well, he's an interesting man.
Possesses a talent for, what is your saying, putting things lightly. But he has a good heart.
I'm sure he does. There are not many that care to think for children in places like this. There are so many of them.
Many people don't think of them as children at all. To many, they are nothing more than machines made to carry coal.
Everyone deserves a chance to be a child, to pretend, to imagine things, to know they are safe, and to know that their parents love them more than anything in this world. There's such a short time to be safe and young like that. You grow up and one day, the net is pulled out from underneath you. There's no one to catch you if you fall. Children, they should know as it is to be safe.
You speak as though you thought on this subject.
Perhaps I have. I don't remember.
Well, have you any children?
Me? No. No. Wouldn't I remember that?
I believe you would. You seem like a good man.
I hope so. I hope I was. I mean to be.
Is something the matter?
I don't know what it is. Sometimes my brain just fogs over, and I can't remember where I am. But it's as if something is tugging at me, deep inside. But it clears. It's clear now.
With time, that should heal.
I hope so.
Ramdas, what's the going price of silk these days?
If you will excuse me, Sahib.
Yes, of course. Hello, is someone there? It's all in my mind. Who is it? There's a shadow in the corner, like a blind spot after gazing at the sun. There's a heavy weight upon me. I do not know what I've become. What is this daydream? Why is it taking flight? Where is it pulling me? Whose voice invades my night? There are glimpses of a history, seen in flashes through the haze. Lines of ink on tear-stained paper, a strangely piercing wide-eyed gaze. What piece is missing? How much have I lost? If I ever get it back, what will be the cost? And I wonder what will happen if my mind is never mine. Do I stay a broken invalid, living this lie, saying I'm fine? If I never can remember, how will I ever move on? Shine a light into the corner, scare it away, make it be gone. What's that shadow in a corner? Human, fairy, angel, ghost. Seems she's taken what she's given, robbed me of what I love the most. Who's that shadow in a corner? Who's that shadow in a corner? Who's that shadow?
Sahib! Sahib!
I'm terribly sorry. Don't know what's come over me.
Too much excitement for one day, I expect. Come, let's get you to bed so you can rest.
Come. Yes. Thank you.
We will have a brief intermission. There are concessions in the lobby, and if you need to use the facilities, I suggest you do it now. Please take care that you are back in your seats within 10 minutes' time. Wow.
You call that building up a fire? Why, it's positively freezing in the corner. It's impossible to comfortably socialize when one's teeth are chattering.
It will be warm in a moment.
No, I don't think it will. I think you'd better do it again. My, you look dreadful. All skin and bones. And there's dirt on your face. Did you know that? I suppose you don't have time to keep clean anymore. My mama says that a dirty face is a sign of a thoughtful girl. Are you thoughtful, Sarah? I'll bet you don't want to work, now they're not calling you princess all the time. I'll bet you try to be lazy. Goodness knows it took you long enough to come clean out that perfume that's filled in my room. I can still smell it. You're lucky it smells nice. Otherwise, I should have quite a few things to say about the bad job you do with things. Still, I guess you've never learned how to do things properly. Always had a servant of your own. Funny how the tables turn, isn't it?
Lavinia, if Sarah is not allowed to talk with Ermengarde, you're not allowed to talk to her either.
I was speaking to her about a mess in my earlier, Miss Minchin.
The perfume, was it not clean to your satisfaction?
Not
Miss
really, Miss
Minchin.
Minchin, but I hate to complain.
Miss Minchin, the smell won't come out, and
Sarah, you will speak when you're spoken to. Now go back to Miss Lavinia's room and do the job properly. I will not have you doing shoddy work at my institution. Do you understand?
Yes, Miss Minchin.
Sister, Mr. and Mrs. Lane Crawford here to see you.
Did you show them into my office?
Yes, they're there waiting right now. I had Hannah bring them some cakes and tea.
Very good. I'll be there directly. Watch the girls while I'm gone.
Of course.
Where are you going?
Clean your carpet.
To clean your carpet? You don't say anything. You just look at me quietly like you always did. It's strange. Just strange. I'll bet you pretend you're still a princess, don't you?
I do. I am right now.
Listen to this, everybody. Sarah fancies herself a princess. Look at her.
I pretend I am a princess so that I can try to behave like one. Anyway. Who's to say I'm not a princess? Who decides what makes a queen? Is it well or worth our time? Papa once told me you're who you decide. Maybe he meant it and maybe he lied. It doesn't matter, I put it to the test. If I think I'm a princess, I'm always at my best. A princess is free this night in Christmas. A princess will journey the all extra mile. A princess is wealthy in friendship and love. A princess has courage and rises above. Who's to say I'm not a princess? Who's to say you're not one too? A princess is beautiful, a good friend, and I think that these things apply to all of you. Even you, Lavinia.
Whoa! I never! You little...
Leave me alone.
What? You believe that? I'll bet you pretend you're a princess too. The princess of...
Just because you can doesn't mean I have to. Just because you see me as being stupid and silly doesn't mean I am. You're nothing but a bully,
You
Lavinia.
idiot little pig! Now, girls! Let's not be unladylike. Lavinia, that's not a nice thing to say to anyone. You'd better take it back at once.
I won't. What's all this commotion about? I heard the most dreadful noises. Sarah, what are you still doing here? Amelia, what's going on?
I'm not quite sure. First, Sarah was telling the girls about pretending to be a princess, and then Miss Lavinia got upset and...
You're back on that princess nonsense, are you?
It's not nonsense, Miss Minchin.
It is nonsense. You're not a princess. You're not even a regular little girl anymore. You have no friends, no family. You survive solely on my charity. Where's the princess in that? You're foolish. You're foolish and you're naive, and you will never learn to survive until you face the facts. Look around you. Is this a royal court? Is this a fairyland? Answer me!
No, it's not, Miss Minchin.
This is real life, and you'd better learn to see it and live in it. Now go to your room. I'm not finished with you yet. You're not to come out until I tell you, and you're to have no food or anything else. Maybe then you'll realize this won't just be imagined away, and then you'll be able to accept your lot. Get out of my sight! And the rest of you, go to bed at once!
I've never seen such a child. You shouldn't have done that.
This is my school. I'll treat my servants how I like. She's got to learn that she can't live that way.
Why not? It's kept her a lot happier than anyone would be in her situation.
What's wrong with her situation?
Nothing, sister.
Haven't I given her enough? I've given her a roof over her head, food to eat, she has a bed to sleep in, and she has a place to live, which is more than many in this city can say.
But you tried to take away her dignity.
What dignity? What dignity does a scullery maid have?
She's not just a scullery maid.
Yes, she is. You don't believe her stories, do you? She makes them all up in her head. She's no more than any other servant.
I suppose so.
Then what is your difficulty with the way that I treat her?
I suppose there isn't any. It just doesn't feel right. Not for her. Not for anyone. I think I'll go to bed.
That sounds like a good idea.
Good night, sister.
Good night.
in my shoes. I can't pretend that it's not almost winter, that it's so cold at night that I can't get to sleep. Even though I'm so tired, I almost fall down the stairs. I ruined the little girl's lessons today. I couldn't focus. Tonight's always asking me to tell her about how wonderful it is up here. Well, it's not wonderful. Do you know what happened today? Do you? I had to go to the market to get a turkey for Cook. They eat turkey downstairs, only turkey. With sauce and stuffing and potatoes on the side. And I slipped and fell into the mud. And there were people all around. But no one stopped to help. Do you know what they did? They laughed. They laughed, and I had to walk back soaking wet. And when I got here, Cook was so angry at my mess and at my being late that she sent me back to work with no supper. Not even a corner of bread. Nothing. And I can't do it. I can't pretend that Papa's coming back because he's not. And you aren't even listening to me. You are nothing but a dog. A dog, you hear me? You feel nothing in your sawdust heart. You have no heart. Your eyes are black, and your ears are carved out of porcelain. You don't even know I'm here. I've chipped your nose. You can't help being a doll, can you? Just like the Lavinia can't help being cruel. And Miss Amelia can't help not having any sense. I suppose you do your sawdust best. Just like I had to do my scoring mate best. I guess we're a lot the same, you and I. We can't lose hope. Not yet. I haven't woken up. I can't have. It doesn't melt away. Ouch! Oh, but it can't be real. I've never even had such a good dream before. Food that I only dreamed of wouldn't smell so good. Oh, but it certainly does. And this wouldn't be so soft. But it is. I'm not dreaming. Becky? Becky? Becky! Miss? Do you see what I see? I think I'm awake. I really think I'm awake. But it's too good to be real.
I hope we are, and if not, I don't want to never wake up.
You see it?
I see coverings on the walls and... Oh, miss, that's real silk. And... Food! That's plates and plates of food there.
I wonder where it came from.
It's magic. It's got to be.
Maybe it is. I knew it would come. I told Emily last night that we couldn't give up hope. And so I didn't. And then when I woke up, it was all here. Something always comes to keep the worst from quite happening. Look. To the little girl in the attic. From a friend. Who could be so kind?
I didn't think no one could be so kind except you, miss. But even you weren't as good as all this.
No, I wasn't. I should have been. Come on, are you hungry?
Oh, ain't I just? You know, miss, you're right. Something always comes to keep the worst from happening. Something always does.
come in? I was so afraid you were Miss Minchin. You can come in, but you must be very quiet.
I will be. Oh! Where did it all come from?
I have no idea. Becky thinks it's magic.
I think she's right. I brought you food, but I don't think you need it anymore. You can have it anyway, though. It's fruitcake from my Aunt Eunice. This is amazing. Look, this blanket is made out of real silk.
I know, and the food's real. It's all so real.
Who on earth could like you this much? Maybe you have some rich relative you know nothing about.
I wish I knew. I didn't think anyone liked me, except for you and Lottie and Becky. And the monkey.
What monkey?
The Indian gentleman next door has one. It escaped into my attic a few days ago.
Maybe the monkey brought it.
Here, have some bread. How was your dancing lesson?
Lottie, where are you going?
Nowhere.
That's a fib. You're not supposed to be out of bed.
I have to get a drink.
There's no water up in the attic.
Come back to bed, Lottie. She was probably just sleepwalking.
Don't be ridiculous. You were going to see Sarah, weren't you? You were!
Well, but Ermengarde did.
What? Never mind. You're making up stories just to get out of trouble, you big baby.
I saw Ermengarde leave a bit ago with the basket.
What? Why didn't you say something?
I didn't think it was any of my business.
Lottie, go back to bed right now, and I might decide to not tell Miss Minchin, but you have to go right now. Come on.
Why does you act like this?
She's breaking rules. It would be dishonest to not find out what's going on.
You just want to get her in trouble.
And if she deserves it?
She doesn't. Ermengarde just snuck out of a room with a basket. Why does that mean she's breaking rules? Alright, so maybe she is. But you're only upset because you're going to see Sarah. I don't know why you hate Sarah so much. She's never done anything to you.
I don't hate her. She's not on my notice. But I don't know why Ermengarde should be sticking up to attics with silly servant girls when she might be sharing her treats with us. Or at least part of the same class.
I don't think Ermengarde cares about class. Or Sarah either.
That's right. They're both princesses. It's cold. Are you coming?
No.
Fine. Good night.
Oh.
And his face was as red as a cherry. He was so flustered, he didn't know what to make of it.
Poor Mr. Lord. I thought Lottie had stopped doing those kinds of things.
Oh, but it wasn't real. She just didn't want to learn to polka.
But polka's fun.
I know that. But she'll never believe it until you tell her.
Oh, he startled me. Poor thing, he looked exhausted.
Oh, I am, miss. But it wasn't so odd today. Nothing was so odd today, because I don't know this was yet.
Oh, come on. There's plenty of food to go around.
You ain't an angel. I don't know what one is.
I'm no angel. Not even I can pretend that much. Come on.
And look, fruitcake. Bless you, miss. Did your dancing go well? Yes, thank you. I wasn't nearly as clumsy as I thought I would be.
You never are. You're going to blossom into a swan one of these days.
Or a princess. Oh, you should have seen Lavinia's face today. She looked like a thundercloud at breakfast and was worse by supper.
I feel sorry for her. She'll never let herself be happy until someone else isn't.
I know. She's a grump. Grumps deserve to be miserable. Her and Miss Minchin both.
did you take it from?
I didn't take it from anyone. I don't know where it came from. I'm telling the truth. She is. She's telling the truth.
What do you know about it?
I brought it. I've been saving up the money my father sends me, and some of it's going in. I've been bringing it up here.
You don't have a silken bedspread. Your allowance could never afford a silken bedspread. Nor that table, nor that dinner. How dare you steal from my kitchen?
I didn't steal anything.
Ermengarde, go to your room. I'll be calling on your father in the morning, and we'll see what he has to say about this.
They didn't steal it.
Go to your room.
I won't.
You will do what I say.
You'd better go.
Lavinia?
Yes, Miss Finch.
Becky, you go to your room as well. I'll deal with you in the morning.
But Miss, it was me. I stole it all.
No, you didn't. Who do you think you are? Answer me!
I am Sarah. I am Sarah Cruz. I am nothing but a scullery maid. But I am an honest scullery maid. I have never stolen anything. I haven't broken any of your rules.
Lies!
They are not lies.
How dare you? I'll be calling the police now.
And when they find I haven't stolen anything, what will you do then?
What will I do? Sarah, no one's going to believe you.
What if they do?
Where else would this all have come from? Did you imagine it into existence?
Maybe.
Excuse me.
Maybe I did. Maybe I imagined it all. Maybe I really am a princess. And that bedspread and that dinner jumped out of my head and into the real world. Because this is the real world, and I am awake. If I can believe all this is real, then why can't you?
You can't imagine your life into something better than what it is.
Why not? I've done it. I've been out on days when even the dogs were curled in corners together and wouldn't come out. And I pretended I was on a quest in the frozen north. And I got back alright, because I knew at the end there would be a banquet and a great celebration. I've gone without food all day, because I pretended I was the ruler of a kingdom, suffering from a great famine, and had to be strong for my people. I pretended that you were my jailer and I was a prisoner, and it kept me from hating you, because you were just doing your job. I'm pretending it even now. What is wrong with that? What?
You can't escape your life. None of us can escape our lives.
Maybe you can't, but I can and I will. And maybe I did. Maybe I believed in all this so much that magic made it happen. Maybe everything I believe will come true.
Enough! How dare you? First you lied to me, and then you're trying to make me believe that this all just happened because you imagined it. I'll be calling the police, and you'll be thrown into jail. Do you know what it's like in those jails? If you think this is so much to complain about, wait until you're locked in a cell. You will curse the day that you were born.
I won't go.
You won't have a choice.
There is always a choice.
Amelia, call the police.
Hello? Has our monkey escaped?
No. May I come in? I have to hide.
Hide? From what, may I ask?
I haven't got time to explain. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm innocent. But they'll never believe me. I need something just to think, you understand? Figure out how to make them listen. I don't want to get you into trouble, but
It's about trouble and hiding.
Please, let me in.
Where are you hiding from?
The police, please.
Police. By all means. So who are you?
My name is Sarah Prim. I live next door.
This is the little girl from the attic, Sahib. Ah, you must be the one who rescued my monkey.
Yes, sir. I trust he's doing well.
You trust he's doing well? Yes, he's doing marvelously. Tore apart the kitchen yesterday. You're kind of apoplectic fit. You're not really hiding from the police.
I'm afraid I am. I'm innocent, though, sir.
Yeah, you don't look like a criminal.
I'm not one, sir.
Have a seat.
Aww.
I'll get that. Ramdas, why don't you come with me? Sarah, was it? Sarah, rest yourself a moment, and we'll hear what's going on with Ramada.
Sir!
Don't worry. I won't let them take you unless they've got a very good reason, and I suspect they have.
Thank you.
Why, hello, Constable. Right, nice to be out.
We're looking for a little girl by the name of Sarah Crew. She's a thief and might be dangerous. We suspect she came inside this house.
A girl? Can girls be dangerous? Of course they can. A fellow like yourself knows that. What about this one?
We believe she's hiding inside your house. May we come in?
No, chap, let's not be in such a hurry. I've got a friend in here who's been sick for a while. Little things upset him. Some of his digestion, you know. His mind's not all the way there. I can't have you first thing in here bothering him. I'm sure you understand.
We'll do our best not to disturb your friend, Mr. Carrisford, but you've got to let us in. This child is a known criminal.
How old is she?
She's 14, sir. An orphan living on my charity. She's guilty of the most abominable theft.
Theft. Interesting. What did she steal?
Mr. Carrisford, we don't have time for this. Why, she could be escaping at this moment.
Oh, no one's escaping, but really I'm curious. What are the charges against her?
She stole all sorts of finery from, I don't know where, but food from my kitchens as well.
Something suspicious. Tell me more about it.
Sir, this is urgent.
Okay, come on into the foyer and we can chat in there. Dismal weather out tonight. Reminds me of the time Ramdas and I were in Burma. We were escorted.
Burma! What are you talking about?
Would you like to hear his story?
No. Sir, this is urgent.
Constable, you are a bundle of nerves tonight. Post a person at the back door. I've only got the two. My windows are boarded shut for the winter. If there's a man back and us in the front, you can't escape without us knowing. All right?
Well, all right.
Come in.
Who's there?
It's Sarah Crew.
Sarah. That's a nice name. I don't believe I've met you before. Are you a friend of Mr. Carrisford's?
Papa!
What did you say?
Papa! Papa, it's me, it's Sarah!
I'm sorry, but I don't recognize you. My mind has been fuzzy of late. Have you come by here before?
What's wrong? It is you, isn't it? It is, I know it is. Papa, you have to know me.
I'm sorry, but I don't know who you are, and I'm not your father.
Papa!
Who are you? I don't remember you. I do not think I have a child. I would remember that. Your eyes are strange and wild. I do not know your face. Why do you cling so tight? Are you another of the ghosts that haunt me every night.
Papa, you have to know me. Never thought I'd see you again. Don't you remember? How did you end up here and when? Don't you remember India? The hot and spicy jungle there. Do you remember? You get to know what happened there.
I do not know you, though I do wish I could. I've torn my mind apart. It hasn't done me any good. Who are you? Who Well, not that long, but longer than you. Positively true. A house in India, the smell of flowers blooming bright. Yes. A child sleeping in her bed. I kissed her cheek and said good night. A ship upon the sea. A city with a cloudy sky. I brought her here to school. We had to say goodbye. A letter in my hands from far across the sea, and all around me death and smoke, but it's your face that I see.
Papa!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kjerstin, but we have our orders.
Sure, you, Constable, this is all most unnecessary.
That's her. That's the child. And
What?
great Scott!
It's Sarah. It's my Sarah.
Papa!
Oh my!
You're all set to go then.
Yes, sir. First to India, and then, who knows? We're together. That's all that matters.
Indeed.
Well, Mr. Kjerstin, we'd best be off. Thank you so much for everything.
Yes, thank you for taking care of my papa. And for all the lovely things. I don't know what I'd have done if it hadn't been for you.
True, mention it.
If you happened to notice another child who needed help like I did, would you pass them on?
Of course, my dear. There's nothing I love more. But perhaps the running of this fine establishment. It's a project quite to my tastes. A grand old time, won't we, Miss Amelia?
Oh, certainly.
I trust Miss Minchin is doing well?
Oh, yes. She says she plans to travel for quite some time.
Well, Sarah, it's time to say goodbye to your friends.
I hardly know what to say.
I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you terribly.
I'll miss you too. But I'll be back in the summer. You've got to take care of Lottie for me while I'm gone.
I will.
Aww. Lottie, you're going to be good while I'm gone, aren't you? Here, take care of her. Goodbye, everyone.
There were so many things I meant to teach you. Live them all and with them turn the night to day. And now at last we are together. The storm has passed us by, the sun is here to stay. You live the things I passed on to you and prove them to be absolutely, positively true. Now let me take your hand.